Hello everyone, Agion here of another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Soviets and UKF, we have Vympel and extra thick. Spawn on the south side as the Ostheer players, we have Royal Weapons, who submitted in the replays. This is replay, and Davis, his ally, another Ostheer player. Note, I'm more than willing to cast any replays people send to me, and I'm sorry to the last person who sent a replay to me that the patch sort of made it null and void, unable to cast it. Either way, if you have another replay, I will be more than willing to cast it. Either way, it looks like we've got two MG42s. Not big surprise, seeing however, because the Grenadiers are locked behind a building. Both of them have the tier 1. They're not going to go for any sneaky play of avoiding that building. Over here we have the Universal Carrier coming out, so that's quite interesting. And we do got the support weapon coming by, so we do have conscripts into Maxim. I did not check to see if this is the... No, I don't have the GCS patch installed, so this is not the preview for that. This is the live version. We have grenades. That's sort of interesting. And he also has Boffer armor, which honestly, I don't see Boffer armor being all too effective to the fact that you're most likely not going to use infantry fire upon it. You're going to use cannon fire, so it's pretty much a waste of a bolt, in my personal opinion. If it was, say, and there's a spider crawling down right in front of my screen. There we go. You're most likely going to use cannon fire. Incendiary grenades will always penetrate it. I believe they have like a penetration of... I'm not sure what the penetration actually for incendiary. Does it even go by penetration values with damage over time effects? Either way, I would say this is sort of a waste of a bolt in having Boffer armor. I can see Universal Carrier armor. I can see Mortar Pit armor. I don't think there is Mortar Pit armor being more effective. We got Grenadiers capturing up the VP over here. We got the Maxim inside this house, so he has a pretty good line of sight. Universal Carrier with the infantry section there. They can't fire, but they can still be transported. So most likely he's expecting him to run to an MG42 and trying to avoid any suppression by that. I can see that being effective. I have done times where I have transported an infantry squad behind a MG42 to engage with the Universal Carrier. We got the Pioneers have been spotted. In fact, the Pioneers are getting some very good penetration hits there, but being covered by the Bren, which causes the suppression. We had a mortar coming in, did displace the Maxim. Maxim's going to go ahead and push forward. We'll run to a Grenadier squad. Grenadier squad is not behind heavy cover. That is light cover, even though it's a large stone pillar. We've got a mortar. Hopefully he's coming in on that Maxim. Does a good amount of damage, but not exactly any model drops. Maxim will suppress it, and we'll start pushing forward now. Grenadiers do have a very good house right here. They have plenty of windows to shoot from. Mortar team is trying to reset up once again. It needs to start hitting this conscript squad. We do got the Maxims here, not Maxim, MG42. The Grenadier squad will get suppressed. Looks like another mortar hitting this Vickers, which will eventually displace it. Grenadiers will get forced out. We got another mortar coming up by the red player, Davis. They're trying to hoorah around, trying to avoid that MG. The MG will start suppressing the squad, but it is a negative ground over light cover. So this MG42 will lose out. Conscripts do not have Molotovs, so they cannot molly the mortar or the Grenadiers. Grenadiers did do a bit of a switcheroo. Mortar's down to 2 members. Needs to retreat back. Is also severely damaged. Grenadiers needs to also get out of open ground like that. Nice mortar hit will do quite a bit of damage. On the left side looks still some exchanging mortar fire. Do have the flamethrower universal carrier coming forward. Will do a very good amount of damage. Does retreat back that squad very timely. But the mortar squad will get forced back. MG42 will set up. Its crew members, however, are quite exposed. We will perhaps see, yeah, we will see in fact a Panzerfaust coming forward. Does a good amount of damage, but since now both the upgrade does increase max health, so it becomes a bit more resilient. You see, no! The other Panzerfaust was coming through, but the model gets killed and he was out of the max range, so it didn't reinitiate the Panzerfaust throw or launch. And that flamethrower is just ripping these squads apart. MG42 is very low in health. We do got the Royal Engineers pushing forward to repair it. The Universal Carrier. We got some Panzer Grenadiers, a bit idle at the moment. Could see a Panzerschreck upgrade. He may be eyeing for that. He needs some AT. Maxim will get suppressed down the Pioneer Squad. And the Pioneer Squad needs to retreat back. It's currently pinned, and soon it will take the full damage. The mortars will push back the Maxim back into the house. Still, nothing too major here. Vickers got out, moved into the heavy cover there. We got Grenadiers capturing up the munitions point over here. Both the fuel points are in control of the Axis, not Axis, Allied. So they do have a full fuel income. This mortar team will get flamethrower down. It does set up, so you will sustain additional fire, literally. Mortar does slightly miss, so it gets minor damage from the Universal Carrier. Mortars can do quite a bit of damage. It looks like the, perhaps a rifle grenade or a bundle. It looks like it was a bundle. Does, ooh, nice merge. Very nice merge, but loses that squad entirely. And we're trying to select them both and actually retreats back to Maxim. You got a T-70 now coming out. A lot of fuel for the British player. Still doesn't have the company command post, so you could eye for that. G-43's out. We do got the Lightning War Doctrine. We may see a rifle grenade here. No, we won't. The Maxim is in open ground, so it can receive quite a bit of damage. If that Grenadier squad will just start focus firing it, it will get some very good hits in. Let's throw a rifle grenade on the conscripts. The conscript squad does entirely get cleaned up, losing 2 conscript squads entirely. Now we do got T-70 now moving forward. We do got the flamethrowers burning the Grenadiers. That's actually quite a good squad to start burning, prevent the Panzerfaust. My game's slightly lagging. I moved this game over from my SSD to my regular hard drive. May need to move it back to get better quality recordings because I'm getting quite a bit of lag. One reason why, because this game's not optimized. Second off, recording does take quite a bit of resources. If I just pull up my task managers, currently, actually I still have plenty of CPU and memory. It's probably the disk writing speed is my problem. Oh no, disk writing. Wait, my disk's only at 0%? Writing should be much greater than that. Must be reading my other disk. Either way, am I even recording? Yes, I am. I am recording. Well, my OBS says I'm getting 30 frames per, or 60 frames per second, or it's recording 60 frames, but my game's currently recording at much lower. Hopefully the recording's actually not too bad. There's a Pack 40 out. Does receive a hit, not from the Pack 40, however. It'll take more than a little bit more than that, I believe. See that much damage. You've got the mortar pit raining in damage. You have to be very careful of this building because one stray hit and it will destroy the building. You got the Pack 40 resetting up. Doesn't get a shot on the universal carrier. We got PPSHs moving forward. Also, we got the reserve of Soviet forces, which includes the anti-tank partisans. Looks like he's trying to eye to take out the Pack 40. Does fire a shot, does miss the universal carrier. T-70 is moving forward. Conscripts are in a very good position. There's no windows on this side. As Grenadiers are very low in health, does retreat back with squads, but those mortar hits does ward away the conscripts. Try and get 4 Panzerfaust, but Maxim does cover it. Sprints forward with the Maxim, will find the pack, but will get flanked and mortared. And actually getting hit by a death loop. Still open ground. Surprising enough, not dead just yet. Ooh, quite a number of mortars on the pack. Does lose the machine gun crew. So he will need to, he can get a free Maxim there. Ooh. He loses the entire Grenadier squad by the mortar hits. That's a bit of a shame.
With our new T-43s, Ivan will die twice as fast.
You got the Royal Engineers repairing up the Universal Carrier. You got the T-70 still not repaired up. It can take 2 more pack hits before death, or a Panzerfaust pack hit. You got a glider now down. We will have the what's called the air landing officer. He could go for additional. He actually only has 1 infantry section. He may be eyeing to go for squad of commandos also. He could soon afford it. He does have the company command post. He does have plenty of fuel also, so perhaps he should save up for a tank actually. T-70 now firing in. Could get the squad wipe on the squad. Yes, he does. Trying to go for a Panzerfaust now. The Pack 40 is up. We're going to hit the T-70. Does get the Panzerfaust, but could lose that squad. Does roll a miss. The machine gun fires. Oh, does get the kill entirely. Does line up a shot, and there goes the T-70. It's abandoned, not destroyed. So he could get a T-70. But losing 2 Grenadier squads at 270 is not very good. MG42 sets up and immediately reloads so it doesn't start firing. A couple conscripts, a lot of conscripts, and Maxim to cover the flank. Intersection looks like may have got hit by a rifle grenade. You got a push forward by a Grenadier squad. Does spot the AEC. The AEC is no longer a super anti-tank. Being pushed around by the AEC around the cover. Does retreat back both the squads. There is a Pack 40. We do have a teller. Looks like we use the conscript relief, or whatever it's called. Rapid conscription. Fires a rifle grenade. That is a dead Maxim. So now he can claim himself another Maxim squad. Does have some pioneers he could perhaps grab it. We'll spot the Pack 40. Anti-tank partisans will take quite a bit of time. Ooh, flaming the house just beyond the teller. That can be quite nice. Even building his own Modified M6. It looks like the Teller will destroy the universal carrier.
Universal carrier has been knocked out.
Anti-tank parts is not exactly the strongest, but they eventually can get some work done against infantry. We got this mortar pit at Vet 2. No commandos just yet. He can't really afford... Well, actually, he can. He is nowhere near in CP to getting the Crocodile. He could go for Anvil and go to get a Comet. He can get some commandos. 2 squads of commandos? Really? 1 is plenty. You only need 1 air landing field officer and 1 squad of commandos. That's plenty. You don't need anything more than that. They don't have very good range damage. They have good close range, but not good range. He could really invest that other manpower into a tank. And knowing his opponent, he sees the G-43s. Getting a Centaur wouldn't be half bad just to shoot down the aircraft. I've been liking the United States M15AA half-track a bit more. Because simply I can shoot down the aircraft so quickly with the thing. That's actually a pretty good anti-aircraft piece. He could invest into some medics. He does not have any medical squad. He lost that intersection over here. It was actually right there. Does get hit by a pack. Could get one more shot. He's currently dancing around. Does kill off the AEC. We do got a lot of PPSH conscripts. But its MG42 does suppress and pin the squads in the open ground. While the Ju-87 close air support is it is overpowered. It is just straight up overpowered. Can be anti-aircraft units such as the M15AA half-track and, say, a Bofors, a Centaur can take it out quite quickly. Panzer IV will ward in the, if you were to spot that fuel cache, sniping that would be a very good target. I'm sort of surprised he doesn't have the forward retreat point. It's free, might as well use it. A little bit of space does help, quite a bit. With 2 squads commandos, he has a significant anti-infantry presence. Getting a Firefly, that's a very good option. Getting a heavy anti-tank unit like that. Especially versus the Panzer IVs. I believe with the spotters for the increased accuracy, they basically have like a 110% chance to hit a Panzer IV, so they will hit Panzer IVs. Unless they're blitzing, it's more like a 80% chance then. Try to ram the building, try to get knocked down some walls. There we go. In fact, he killed that one model that was using that window. Now there's no windows for it to use on that side, I believe. And does disrupt the movement right there. In fact, he's sort of body slamming it. Does kill off that Vickers squad entirely, so that's actually pretty good. We do got the Sherman tank coming forward. It does have the Fireflies. This is a very bad retreat path. Does avoid 1D things. Does get, of course, stop moving. Could start circling around. Wait. Did he just throw a gammon bomb? It has to be the heavy gammon bomb in order for it to actually do anything. The light gammon bomb can only literally affect a Puma or other light vehicles. Ooh, does roll a miss right there. It was moving, so it doesn't have the highest accuracy when moving. There's an anti-tank mine there, so he has to be very careful. And that Panzer IV does manage to escape. You got a conscript blob with a supportive anti-tank here. I'm sort of surprised he went for all those conscripts. He could, knowing he has a Bolton for a howitzer, I would imagine he would have got that. Will displays that not Maxim. Ooh, loses a troop. I think it must have been a combat engineer. I don't see any combat engineers. Perhaps through these Panzergrens. I wasn't really paying attention. We've got a movement over here. Airfield landing officer. You probably should invest with some medics from the command glider. Does lose this entire squad of Panzergrens. He needs to stop moving forward. There's PPSHs. He needs long-range squads, not close-range. Attack moves is actually quite reasonable versus PPSHs. And the Panzer IV should start trying to crush and just ruin the movement. Does lose that Maxim. Looks like going to throw a couple anti-tank grenades. We'll get one. We're losing a squad entirely, but he does have the relief. Anti-tank is enabled, so maybe want to turns that off. And looks like this is perhaps this squad could go down. Yes, it does entirely go down. Losing those two squads, though, he does have replacements already out on the field. Losing the PPSH is a bit of a munitions lost. Oh, found that landmine. There is a demo here. Ooh, demos are such... They're bad game design, pretty much. They cost quite a bit of munitions, but it's just a bad game design. It's designed to counter blobs. However, it severely counters lone single capping squads, which is because that means just sort of promotes blobbing, because then you just make sure you send minesweepers over blob. You got a Su-85, more AT, probably a very good option. We do have the fortified armor, and looks like looks like a royal weapon. Sort of took my advice, haul down, Ostheer, yes. But at this point, I probably would have saved up for an elephant with that amount of fuel. But of course, haul down the Ostheer can be a very good option. They do have a fuel cache, so they will have a bit more fuel income. Going to take a drink. So he does have a pretty good diverse force, having Ostheer, Panzer IV pack. He could stand for perhaps another pack. Of course, if he were to get once he gets the elephant, then he doesn't really need two packs. Open ground. These conscripts are getting ripped apart, but it's a Maxim, not a MG42, so it was way out of the arc. Maxim's just more or less derping around. In fact, it's doing a bit of an ammunition bug. He's currently gliding across the ground. This displays two of those squads of conscripts, so for very little losses in return, though he may lose. Nope, he won't lose it. Very close range mortar shots can be very dangerous. Does retreat all those support weapons. Panzer IV is going to engage the T-34. Oh, not prioritized fire. Does fire a shot upon the conscripts. And the T-34 does receive the first hit. Or sent the first hit. Oh, bundle grenade. I was busy drinking my drink, and didn't see that being thrown. Two Su-85s. That's actually probably a very good option, because you see one person with lightning war. Does spot the T-34-85, well, not 85, 76, but Panzer Grenadiers over open ground will get ripped apart. They did get machine gun buffs a year ago, so they can actually fight decently versus infantry with the machine guns. So he's not using the forward fallback point. Bit of a shame. He's the reason why he's not spending all of his additional income. He's saving up for the population cost of the crocodile. But getting a squad of medics would be great. But then again, I think he may be leeching off his allies' medics. You got a demo charge here. Let's look on the demo charge. That may be a UKF demo, so it's actually a much smaller radius. While I believe the Soviet demo has a radius of 7, the UKF demo has a radius of 5. you can imagine my, so it's about this much less of radius. Or, I would say this is about the size of UKF, this is about the size of a Soviet. That's probably not right either. It's hard for me to describe it. In other words, it has 2 less points of radius, so that correlates to about a much smaller surface area. Does get a Panzerfaust, does get a Pack 40 shot in, does retreat outside the radius. We got a reconnaissance overflight by Royal Weapons. Another good reason why you could and can grab a piece an AA unit. We got a Comet tank now out, so we will see, well, of course, the Comet. But you can also see emergency war speeds on the Churchill Crocodile. Nice Gammon bomb, but this squad needs to get out here. He will just get ripped apart by the. Oh, he actually does retreat back. Ah, there's a machine gun bunker here. We got a couple tanks now coming up for our flank. We do got the Ostheer now out. He's going to try to eye to haul it down, but he needs to get a Pack 40 and his Panzer IV to this area once he realizes he spots the tanks. Units are camouflaged. They're maintaining their camouflage. Let's throw a nice. Oh no, that was a bit. He should try to aim around the cover. Ostheer needs to get back, sustain quite a bit of fire. This Grenadier squad needs to retreat back. Panzer Tactician, Panzer IV, and the pack should be moving forward. But, ooh, damage engine by the conscripts. So there's going to be a significant amount of lack of AT over this direction. We do have the Pack 40. Does receiving a couple bounces. Nice hit there, which will probably force the squad back to get some reinforcement. You have the Tiger tank out over here. Su-85 is having a bit of trouble dealing with the heavy armor at max range. Another squad of Grenadiers. He has actually quite a number of MGs. I don't think a squad of Grenadiers would be the greatest option. He actually does have plenty of fuel. I would recommend a Panzer IV or Stug. You see, if he's communicating with his teammate, he should know there's a Firefly and a Comet. Panzer IVs will have trouble with both of those, especially with the Comet. Firefly can just maintain its max range and start shooting at it afar. Quite a quiet spot currently in the game. Nothing's really been shooting off. A couple mortars. That's it. Also, we do got Teller mine coming down here, which can't. He probably is out of range, but I don't know why those mortars are firing nearby. Oh, losing that Teller mine immediately. I'm not sure how he saw that. Oh. Was it the tracking? Yeah, it was the vehicle tracking. You actually saw it with the Su-85. The frontal tracking. That's actually a bit lucky. Panzer Grenadiers L now at Vet 3. Now they have a significant amount of durability. Let's throw a bundle. Loses that squad entirely. Ooh, very low health. The conscripts maybe will win out. He retreats back. The mortars, if they get a weird hit, they can get a hit. Well, weird angle. Try and poke forward. Does initiate a haul down. This is probably a good spot for a haul down. Does cover major amount of cover around the building. High ground, so you can't exactly force fire ground all too effective. So that's probably a very good spot. You could bring up the Pack 40 and get an angle right around here. Very nice angle. Yes, he does have 2 Pack 40, so he can displace the AT guns, or the tanks. We do in fact have the Elephant Tank Destroyer now available. He has enough, almost enough resources and manpower, but he needs to lose some population, which is something you really don't like to do. Perhaps if he loses one of his tanks, then he can instantly replace it. Ostheer is a very good all-down option. Ostheer can be quite good in this angle if you had the Elephant or some packs to support him. But if he's going to lose any squad, he can't lose the Pioneers as his only squad, repair squad. He needs to perhaps lose a Maxim. Or 2, in fact. So he can get it out another squad of Pioneers. Oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong player. Here we go. There's 2 MG42s, which is great for defense. It's really hard. He has to lose a squad of Grenadiers. I would say it's probably the best squad for him to lose. But of course, you don't want to lose Grenadiers. If not, he could just at least get lose 3 models and just have 1 model back in base ready to be reinforced if necessary. More commandos? Why do you have? This is straight up blobbing commandos. He needs to retreat back. He's going to lose that squad entirely. Does get a nice suppression off. Down to 1 man. Does he cap that? But it looks like he's just going to sacrifice it. He does lose that squad entirely. He still does not have enough population. He needs to freeze up 2 more population. In other words, he needs to get another Grenadier squad wounded. Or he could get his mortars at vet 3, so he can do some nice long-range barrages to help displace this. In fact, with the long-range barrages, he can start mortaring down the mortar emplacement. Panzer Grenadiers are also here to do some very good damage. He will, in fact, lose that mortar emplacement. Airfield landing officers now moving forward. The Panzer Force should be able to displace it. Okay, now has enough population for the Elephant. He lost a couple of models on his Pioneer squads, which is his only source of repairs, so he has to be very careful. Also on the Ostheer in a very defensive position. I perhaps would have hold it down. There's not much good natural cover, but you can always use. Oh, we got the strafing support. No, Ostheer is needed nearby in order to shoot down those aircraft, which is nearby enough, anyways. Those lose the Comet tank. Now you can call in the Churchill Crocodile. Ostheer's not exactly great at shooting down aircraft. But here comes a rocket barrage. The house does absorb a couple of those blows. They did lose a Grenadier squad. It was inside the house when it went down. So that's a bit of a shame. Loses to the mortar team once again by the aircraft. Looks like there's some flares being sent out. Oh, the Churchill Crocodile flares. That's what spotted it. Looks like this Panzer IV's machine gun managed to get a kill, while the Ostheer got 1 vehicle destroy also. There's also the aircraft. Aircraft do count as vehicle kills, if you ever wondered about that. Now we do got the Churchill Firefly. Churchill Crocodile. Firefly, what was I thinking? Fire, I guess. We do got the Elephant. The Elephant is, of course, one of the best tank destroyer units in the game. Only thing that can be beat it is probably the Yog Tiger. Ooh, burst straight into our landmine. It's completely damaged. He does have vision of it. Does not have angle of it. Oh, but he needs to kill off that. He needs to stop hauling that down and start shooting it. Try and get the Pioneer squads to repair up the Panzer IV. Yes, he does now. He's now bringing forward the Panzer IV. He could send out. No, he just uses reconnaissance overflight. There must be some sort of AA by the enemy. Not by the enemy, but their opposition. Yes, we do got, in fact, an AA half track. Very nice. Trying to counter aircraft with actually anti-aircraft units. As you can see, it already has 2 kills. Both vehicles must have been 2 aircraft. I sort of a bit of a enemy as an allies because Royal Weapons sent in the replay, so I'm more or less rooting for him or see what he does. Does he send in the replay? We got a pack hit right there. Yes, over here, the pack. You got an MG42, no, Maxim set up. That's probably better in this situation, but is getting flanked. Panzer Grenadier Squad does get completely annihilated by all the SMGs. Still not invested into some medics at his glider. And of course he doesn't initiate the forward retreat. He's been using off his allies' medics. There's plenty of manpower. We got the Elephant down here. We do got the Ostheer. The Ostheer could be deployed a little bit forward, trying to cover this area. The Elephant can more than cover the Ostheer, especially since the Ostheer does have Panzer Tactician. You got a Katyusha barrage coming in, trying to displace the MG. You got the target weak point. No, he needs to use target weak points. Does lose that? No, he doesn't lose it. Yes, he does. Just burning all the squads. Ooh, we even got a command bunker. But losing those packs is a bit of a problem. Elephant's trying to transition over. Tiger Tank's trying to transition over. We've got the the Firefly, but I believe the Elephant will win out engagement if they doesn't face its rear armor directly towards it. But parking on the bridge wouldn't be a half bad plan. It's just outside vision range of each other. He needs to make sure he angles it that way. There we go. Could throw out reconnaissance overflight. Just has enough munitions. By the way, he doesn't really need this pack at the moment, since he has an Elephant in the area, but of course, additional AT wouldn't be that bad trying to hit all these tanks. In fact, the pack's just barely in range. If you would just get some vision, you would have 2 decisive hits. Let's get a nice hit there. Though that last pack was not... Oh, it was moving. And if that pack would have been facing that direction, he actually would have got the kill on the Firefly. That would have been very good.
Heavy tank reporting.
He will repair... Is he holding down? No, he's just repairing. That's good. You got anti-tank partisans coming forward. If you can destroy that bridge, that would be great. Of course, that would be a bit of a hard task to do at this moment. It is setting up an MG42. You got a Typhoon support coming in. Does prevent the manning of the MG, but he needs to keep that in. He's going to need to sacrifice that MG. Losing quite a bit of health on these models. He needs to get them reinforced ASAP. Hitting a couple of these squads. Ooh, but we do got assault over here. Churchill Crocodile versus the Ostheer. The Ostheer's not shooting up at the aircraft. Tiger Tank is coming forward to hit the Crocodile. Over here we do got a mass retreat by the Allies. Does not lose these squads even though quite low in health. He could use the med kits from one. Has a pretty good defensive position. A couple mortars here to cover the VP. Got a Maxim in negative ground. He could behind this behind the heavy cover. Tiger Tank coming forward, and a little bit of a breaking up of the model, strangely enough. Either way, it's nothing too intrusive just a moment. Ooh, we do got a Panzer Warfare, we do got a heavy damage engine. And there goes the Su-85. He does have plenty of fuel and a bit of manpower to replace that. And immediately that reconnaissance overflight gets shot down by once again the AA unit. Didn't hit anything upon its crashing, but this tells you AA units such as the AA half tracks are quite good at AA. Could see a bundle. Nope, just going to retreat back. Commando's capturing that center area in negative ground. That must have been the first Panzer Warfare barrage. Only got one kill, however. A lot of landmines here. You got a barrage, and that Tiger tank's just... What was that called? Fracking? I don't know. That's oil. Gas. Nice Katusha barrage there. Did spot the Churchill Crocodile. Now with that one should gain the side MGs. Oh wait, no, that's just one with the regular Churchill. Ooh, looks like that Pioneer Squad will get ripped apart and drop a flamer off to the Commandos. In fact, that's actually a bit of a damage decrease versus enemies in open ground. Make another squad use it. Try and push up here. Do got the Tiger tank now engaging. Once again, that model's just sort of spazzing out. It's a light show. See? Loses the MG42. You got a couple Panzer trucks here. We're going to see an anti-tank grenade. We do have the Ju-87 and Panzer Warfare. Ju-87 is not exactly great versus the heavier armor. It's quite good versus the lighter armor, such as the Sherman. You got a Panzer IV not with prioritized fire on. Ooh, got an engine damage. You got the emergency war speed on the. It was losing the Tiger, but getting a bounce, long range bounce. He needs to make sure it gets the side armor and prioritize fire on vehicles. He's not going to kill it at that range. Does get hit by both the tulips. Su-85 now pitching the damage, and looks like he will in fact lose that tank. And gets abandoned. He needs to send a couple mortar barrages onto that target on location now. That T-70, I'm not exactly sure what happened to in the end. May have been the partisans with Panzer tracks may have gotten that. They spot the elephant, and do got another Katusha barrage on this pack. Just throw an anti-tank grenade, but then snare it. You got another Tiger tank now out. Looks like that model's doing the same thing once again. Pushing multiple units forward. Ooh, looks like we got a demo charge there. It was definitely a UKF demo charge. These units, if they throw a gammon bomb, they probably can win out. Once again, that's model starting to rip itself apart. We got another Panzer IV coming on out. He can't afford another. He does have the population. Elephant tank is trying to cover the center area. Sherman Firefly will take a significant... Not Crocodile. Churchill, not Sherman. Churchill Crocodile will take a significant amount of time to repair. Does not lose that Maxim. But very low on points. They're down to 50 points, as the announcer just mentioned. At Vet 2, nearly Vet 3. At Vet 3 gains damage increase.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
And once again, the lights show upon moving. It looks like they have surrendered. Looks like your winners are Davis and Royal Weapons. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.